Thank you very much, Greg. Very kind of you. And good morning, everyone. It is great to see everyone. There are a whole lot of friends here, and I'm not going to try to call out everyone, although I do have a list of folks whose names I do want to mention. But an awful lot of people I just see looking around the room. Eric Aller, thank you very much for your leadership of the men and women of organized labor who are building this project and making this possible. Today's celebration is 200 years in the making. When Philip Jacob Wieland took over the first Art and Bell foundry in Ulm, Germany, all those many years ago, I don't know if he could have dreamed of what it would grow into. And here we are. But he would be very proud to be here and see what has come of Wieland and what has come of this great facility. Today, we continue Wieland's centuries-long journey by breaking ground on a major new expansion, $500 million invested by the company in the future of the state of Illinois and the people of Illinois, and a driver of growth and opportunity for East Alton for many years to come. There are so many people to thank, and I want to begin by thanking someone who's not in the room with us, but was at one time, I guess a year ago, Wieland CEO Dr. Erwin Meyer. I want you to know that he hosted us at his offices at the headquarters of Wieland 2 years ago, and he gave us the chance to show that Illinois is the right place for this company to grow. We worked closely with, of course, his U.S. team, including, importantly, Greg Cowan, Jeff Bird, and the entire Wieland team. And I want to say thank you to all of you. You've done just outstanding work, and it's been a real pleasure. You all are straight shooters, and that's a big deal. That, I think, is indicative of the kind of people that the state of Illinois likes to work with. The decency that I think the people of Illinois carry with them every day is something that we like to see in other people, and it does the heart good. So thank you. And I'm very grateful for the commitment that you've made and helped the broader worldwide company make in this site. There are lots of folks who helped to make this transformational project a reality. Director Kristen Richards, who you're going to hear from in a few minutes at the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, Intersect CEO rather, Christy George, Illinois Manufacturers Association President and CEO Mark Densler, the leadership team at Ameren, who've been so helpful in this process, SIU President Dan Mahoney and SIU Government Affairs Executive Director John Charles, East Alton Mayor Darren Carlton, who I get to introduce, Representatives Amy Ellick and Jay Hoffman, who are here, Senator Erica Harris. I get to work with all of those folks in Springfield, and sometimes we agree on everything. A lot of times we disagree on things, but the most important thing we all agree on is economic development, not just for East Alton, but this entire region and for the entire state of Illinois, which is terrific. And, of course, our great Congresswoman, Nikki Budzinski. Wieland has been part of the fabric of Illinois for generations, and in fact, one of my deputy governors, Andy Minar, who was integral to delivering this project for Illinois, had a grandfather, John Ament, who worked at this very factory for most of his life. He raised and provided for his family as an employee here. And then his son, Tom Ament, is doing the same for his family as a current employee of Wieland. So there's no one more outspoken about the need to keep Wieland here and growing here than someone who comes from a family that has made their lives around this business. It speaks to the incredible generational legacy that Wieland has built. It's a tradition, thanks to this expansion, that will be passed on to children and grandchildren. Most of the work here is about job creation and economic growth. That is what we're focused on. And Wieland has really been a community anchor here in East Alton, but also in its other locations in Illinois. Some of you may not know or may know their locations in Wheeling and Tinley Park and elsewhere. The good jobs that it has brought and supported across our state have helped keep our Illinois families here and, importantly, lay down roots and support their families. This is more than just a company. Wieland is part of who we are. So a couple of years ago, the company was looking to expand and upgrade its manufacturing capabilities. Wieland is a global company, so they could have made their investment really anywhere in the world. Our economic development team went to work. Several of us flew to Ulm, Germany to meet with Dr. Meyer and make our case directly. We toured their amazing headquarters and manufacturing facilities, met with their team, and experienced their kindness and their hospitality. I was reminded of how much we have in common and how much Wieland embodies the spirit that we all carry with us here in the state of Illinois. We competed against other states for this, and Wieland chose our state. I couldn't be prouder about that. And this is a massive commitment of capital and people by a great international company, and East Alton and the local workforce showed its mettle, no pun intended. But trust me, you won't find workers like this anywhere else in the world. And Wieland's business is a perfect fit for the high-tech and high-growth economic vision that we've laid out for Illinois in our 5-year economic plan. I've been determined to make investments in the industries of the future, laying the foundation for long-term sustainable growth. Wieland deals in the materials that will be integral to those efforts. High-quality copper and copper alloy components are necessary for a host of future-focused industries, renewable energy production, for example, electric vehicles, charging infrastructure, just to name a few. And then with this $500 million project and investment by Wieland, we're building on the economic momentum of the last couple of years for our state, creating more quality jobs and retaining and attracting major employers and new facilities. And those gains are showing up, yes, here in East Alton, but also in Decatur, in Manteno, and Belvedere, and elsewhere. Last year, we saw over 650 business expansions or relocations here in Illinois to our state, a 20% increase over the previous year. And just this morning, for the third consecutive year, Site Selection Magazine, which is what the site selectors look at when they're advising their clients, Site Selection Magazine has named Illinois the #2 state in the nation for corporate expansions and relocation. So we're building something truly special. We're open for business in our state, and we're focused on long-term prosperity. I want to thank everyone who's here today who helped to make this project possible. Because of your efforts, Wieland, East Alton, and all of Illinois are on a path to long-term prosperity. With that, I'm very pleased to turn this podium over to our great partner in the growth of not just East Alton, but this entire region, and that's East Alton Mayor Darren Carlton.
Thank you, Governor. For those that don't know, I'm Darren Carlton, the mayor of the village of East Alton. Born and raised in this town, and this is exciting. This is an important day and another bright chapter in the history of East Alton. This modernization of Wieland's East Alton facility is a step forward for economic development. For our region, East Alton looks forward to maintaining its role as an industrial anchor for Madison County. This growth leads to quality jobs with good wages, which then supports residential and commercial growth, all of which contribute to an improved quality of life for the area. The village of East Alton wants to thank Wieland, the state of Illinois, Madison County, for their commitment to East Alton. We appreciate this facility. We appreciate the expansion going on. And I guess now I have the distinction of introducing Kristen Richards from DCEO.
Good morning. My name is Kristen Richards, and I am the director of the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, or DCEO. It is always a cause for celebration when an existing business chooses to grow in Illinois, particularly a business like Wieland, and in a community like East Alton, which has such a storied legacy in manufacturing. Now, I would like to take a moment to go back a couple of years to my first day as DCEO director in 2023. Mere hours into the job, Deputy Governor Andy Manar, who I've worked with for a long time, reached out to me to say, Kristen, let's put on our thinking caps. This is a big one, and we want Illinois to win Wieland's investment. And here we are, 2 years later, happy to have developed such a strong partnership with Wieland, one that is based on the belief that Illinois was the only choice. I know Deputy Governor Menard's schedule prevented him from joining us today, but I want everyone to know we wouldn't be here without his commitment to this project. Wieland's investment in Illinois was made possible through the Reimagining Energy and Vehicles program at DCEO, known as REV Illinois. REV is changing the way we do business by putting us on a path toward a more sustainable future that will have a lasting impact for generations to come. Under Governor Pritzker's leadership, Illinois has established itself as a premier destination to locate and grow a business. This groundbreaking is a testament to those efforts, and our partners at Intersect Illinois and in the southwestern Illinois region have been working together to make this modernization project a reality. We did not just secure the investment in East Alton. This collaboration with Wieland is also about upskilling their existing workforce and ensuring new employees are equipped with the tools they need to be successful in their jobs. Together, we were able to envision and realize our collective goal of creating and retaining good jobs for Illinoisans. And it is through this collaborative approach that we ensure Illinois continues to be the very best place to live, work, and do business. Thank you, and with that, it is my pleasure to introduce Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lieutenant Governor Juliana Stratton, and thank you, Director Richards, for your commitment to strengthening Illinois. I'm excited to be back in East Alton to join the team at Wieland for today's groundbreaking. We all know that a groundbreaking isn't just about shovels going into the ground and breaking up dirt. Rather, it's a celebration of new beginnings, a moment to envision what's possible, a powerful symbol of progress and dreams becoming a reality. Today, that progress looks like Wieland's $500 million capital investment to modernize this facility and deepening roots in Illinois. It looks like excellence in manufacturing, creating more good-paying jobs and uplifting the working families of Illinois. And it looks like getting even closer to the sustainable future that our children and our children's children deserve. We're seeing more shovels in the ground because Illinois has become an ecosystem for businesses and entrepreneurs, an environment that empowers our people to work together in a way that uplifts us all. Because when we uplift East Alton, we uplift the whole state. So thank you to everyone who made this groundbreaking possible. Greg Cohn, Jeff Bird, and the entire team at Wieland, Mayor Carlton, our partners in the General Assembly, our federal partners, our friends of organized labor, the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity, and of course, our visionary leader, Governor J.B. Pritzker. I cannot wait to see how Wieland and Illinois continue to flourish together. With that, I will pass it to another champion for our state's economic success, Congresswoman Nikki Budzinski.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor, and great to be with everyone today. Good afternoon. Today is a very special day, a true testament to the power of coming together to support growth, investment, and good-paying union jobs for this community. For over 100 years, Wieland has been a cornerstone of economic growth and job creation in East Alton. And during my first term in office, I had the chance to visit Wieland, the Wieland facility, to see firsthand the importance of Wieland to this community. And during that time, it was clear the East Alton community could not risk losing this company's presence. So I worked alongside Governor Pritzker and our senators to see how we could help. Our teams met weekly to brainstorm federal grant opportunities available through the Biden administration's infrastructure package. Alongside Senators Durbin and Duckworth, we submitted a community project funding request to support increased capacity at the East Alton Water Treatment Facility, upgrades that would benefit both industrial and residential customers in the area. Most importantly, upgrades that would help lower production costs and create opportunities for long-term investment in Wieland's East Alton facility. And ultimately, this funding was approved and signed into law in March of 2024. This was just a small part of the overall effort by Governor Pritzker and the Illinois Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity team, and I'm grateful for their leadership and partnership in this effort. Thanks to this work together, Wieland ultimately made this historic investment to keep East Alton as its home, and we celebrate that today. But while today is cause for celebration, we cannot ignore the challenges that do lie ahead. We are in uncertain times when it comes to securing federal investments in our communities, investments that are more important than ever. President Trump's illegal funding freeze has stalled projects across this country, impacting vital initiatives in my district. Although the funding to support increased capacity at the East Alton Water Treatment Facility was signed into law, the recent actions of the administration have cast a long shadow of uncertainty. In fact, earlier this month, my office was informed that this congressionally directed funding was subject to the federal freeze implemented by the Trump administration. I want to make a promise to this community that I'm going to do everything I can in my power to release these funds. And I know that the senators and the governor and the mayor are standing along with me as well. In the meantime, let's celebrate this groundbreaking and the profound impact this investment will have on this community. Thank you so much. And with that, I turn it over to Jeff Bird.
Good morning. My name is Jeff Bird, and I am the Vice President and Project Executive, which, as my colleague Dave often reminds me, I have one job. That's kind of make this vision a reality. So to him, that's a pretty easy one, Governor. So I get the honor of bringing the closing remarks for today's historical groundbreaking ceremony. And I guess the bad news of going last is you're repeating a lot of what everyone else already said, but it's worth repeating. Today's groundbreaking is roughly 1 year since the time most of us were here in another building but announcing this project. And you know, when I think about that, the work that's been accomplished over the last 12 months is literally astounding to me in the speed and everything that's come with it to get to this point of the groundbreaking today. So a year later from the announcement, I'm happy to say the project team's on schedule. You know, we're constantly working the budget, obviously, but most importantly, we're on schedule. The success we've achieved over those 12 months has really been made possible by numerous people and organizations that have worked tirelessly to bring the project to this point. You've heard about most of them already, but I'm going to repeat a few that I want to call out. In addition to, you know, the ceremonial groundbreaking, as you've heard, the common theme today is about saying thank you to not only the Wieland employees, but all of our partners in many, many different areas. So on behalf of Wieland and the Project Steering Committee, I want to recognize a few. First and foremost, special thanks goes out to Janet, Christy, Aaron, and John Calandra, who have helped make today, they've made today possible. They're the ones behind the scenes, just making events like today possible. So special thank you to them. Next, I would like to thank all of our governmental partners, from the U.S. congressional senators and representatives to the state of Illinois, Governor Pritzker and his team, the General Assembly of Illinois, DCEO, Illinois EPA, Village of East Alton, and the Mayor's Office and the Madison County Board. It's truly been amazing to forge these relationships over the last 12 months. And, you know, it's easy to make the announcement, but I'm in the day-to-day project. So the real test comes when we have issues and we're reaching out to the various partners for help and support. And I've been extremely pleased over the last 12 months. We've called out many times to our governmental partners on numerous issues, and you have always been there to support us and get us through it. So for that, I thank you. Our partner, Ankura, Hunter's here. Dean didn't make it, but we thank you for your guidance and support in developing our ability to navigate the political arena and to build these strong relationships with our governmental partners has been absolutely critical. So thank you. Ameren, Illinois, and Lenny and team, thank you. Obviously, without the power, this isn't possible. So we just thank you for all the support, and we're really looking forward to getting your part of the project underway out here. And so thank you for everything. America's Central Port, Dennis and team, thank you for supporting the tactical management of our economic incentives. Much needed, very helpful. Getting the incentives is one thing, managing them is a whole other thing. So we've got great partners like ACP, and then we've got Ashley, of course, internally from our legal side helping us manage through that. So without that, I don't know how I would get through a day. So I appreciate all that. Community partners, Lewis and Clark Community College, East Alton Schools, SIUE, we just thank you for giving us the opportunity to engage and partner with you for the betterment of our local communities. We know, we've said before, we know that as we look back in time, we probably haven't been the best community partners. We've lost our way at times, but we're back, and we're looking forward to working with you to better our communities. So thank you. I'm going to turn internal for a minute. I want to thank the Wieland operations team. Many of them are in this room, and the leadership that has charged with running the day-to-day while we build this vision. That's not an easy job, and I just want to personally thank you for finding the time to engage with the project team when we need you. I know you've been pulling double, triple duty with running the operation, getting ready to implement a new ERP system, and so on and so forth. But your tireless effort is extremely appreciated, so thank you. And then the core project team. Many of them are here, many of them aren't. Many of them are still in Germany, but we're really blessed with a passionate, talented, and experienced project team to make this vision a reality. I would start with our external EPCM partners, which is led by Gray Corps and anchored by Helmkamp, who's a local construction management group, very outstanding, and our two design firms, Salas O'Brien out of Evansville and Vestal Engineering out of St. Louis. They've become a part of our DNA, even though they're not Wieland. It feels like they're Wieland to me. So, and within 12 months, they've really just become a part of our team, and without them, we wouldn't be able to make it. So, thank you. And lastly, the core Wieland project team. Again, as I said, we're blessed with an outstanding team of engineers and functional leads in finance and procurement, health, safety, security, IT, it goes on and on. This team brings a global perspective to this project, which is extremely important. We have members from East Alton, we have members from Germany, we have members from our engineering hub in Edwardsville. So it truly is a collaborative effort across Wieland to bring this home. I thank you for your tireless efforts, and building an operation for the next 100 years is a monumental task, but I feel like it's one that is in good hands. So thank you. So to close this out, we do have a gift for the speakers that we want. I won't bring them all up here right now for the sake of time, but don't leave, because we do want to give you as a token of our appreciation for today and for saying a few words. So we have a small gift for each of you. So in closing, I would say Wieland's excited for the transformation that's going to occur over the next 3 years. So take a look. It's going to look a lot different. It already looks a lot different from a year ago. It looks like a bomb went off out there. But when that building starts going vertical, which is going to happen right after today, it's going to look a lot different here, and we're excited about that. But more exciting than the building and the campus itself is, as it was mentioned earlier, is really the impact this project's going to have on the East Alton community and the surrounding communities for decades to come. So it's an honor and a privilege to be associated with that and to build that legacy for them. So we thank you again for your shared passion and support. The next time we gather, we'll be cutting some ribbons. So.